Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome in to the Walt Disney World Dolphin Resort. This is a resort that is owned and operated by Marriott on Disney property right near EPCOT, the Boardwalk, Yacht Club, Beach Club, and that whole section. And it is a great resort, and it's got a huge convention center and tons of stuff to offer. So let's get into it. But right before we do, if you wouldn't mind, please subscribing to the channel. Only about 10% of our viewers are subscribers. We are a new channel starting up, so every subscriber is important to us, and we would be so grateful if you did. But here we are in front of the Dolphin where you get dropped off. Here's the pull-through area in the front lobby. Just off to the left, down this path here, is where you will find the bus transportation, which will take you to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, Blizzard Beach, and Typhoon Lagoon. They have water taxi service that goes to Hollywood Studios and EPCOT, which we'll show you when we get to the back of the resort where that is. So let's get in here and start looking around. Come in, you are met in this beautiful open foyer area before you go into their huge, like, rotunda lobby, bar, gathering area. It's a huge, beautiful resort. So just to the left is check-in, and to the right is Fuel, which is a kind of quick service restaurant. We'll go in there in a second. But if you go straight, you come into this massive, beautiful lobby with all these crystal balls hanging from the ceiling, which on a sunny day, during certain times of the day when the light comes in here and it reflects and prisms off all this, it is amazing. From check-in here, you work around and you have Finn's, the lobby bar. It has no food, but it is a full-service bar with cocktails and beer. I'll try to just go around the lobby in order. Down here is the convention center. Right now they are having Orlando Dance Awards, a national competition. And there's upstairs and downstairs conference rooms. As you can see, the escalators going down in the back. They do have a Disney planning center. Since this is not a Disney resort, your kind of front desk and concierge can't take care of Disney stuff, but they do have this planning area back here, staffed by Disney cast members that can help you with tickets and reservations and anything Disney related. As we come around the back of the bar, you have another entrance to the Disney planning, but the back here is where we'll go down in a minute to get to the lower level that takes you out on the grounds where the water taxi is, where you can get across to the Swan, where you can get to the boardwalk and all that. That is down these escalators coming up here to the left. They are, and further down those escalators is where we'll find Blue Zoo, more restaurants, the fitness center, the arcade, and little kid lanes. When we keep moving around here, down this walkway is where we find the Disney gift shop and the resort gift shop. Down this hall is where you find the Disney gift shop and sundries. It has your typical Disney park souvenirs, stuffed animals, slight home goods, clothes, and then beside it is the resort essentials, which has more just a kind of generic resort wear. Shirts, flip-flops, swimsuits, sunglasses, hats, and in the back there's some kind of like necessities, medication, sunscreen, diapers, things that you might have forgotten. Out these doors also takes you to the Disney bus transportation. So we're kind of back on that side of the circle. And this also has a back entrance to Fuel here. The round lobby is in front of us. So we'll kind of go into Fuel and come out its other side. As soon as you come in, you have some grab-and-go options, chips, candies. They actually have some bulk candy in here. You have the line to get some grab-and-go sandwiches, hot sandwiches, cold sandwiches. salads, pizza. They have a lot of stuff here. And then you have beverages, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, fountain drinks. And then probably my favorite on the other side, you have the chill out, very similar to what was on in the Swan, if you saw that review. But this one has a frozen yogurt bar with a self-checkout where you can get your frozen yogurt, top it off, and then pay for it by the pound. And Fuel does have a mobile order section, which there is your pickup for it. Now that brings us right back in to where we started. So that is kind of in the round of this section. I'm not going to go down into the conference center because it doesn't, unless you're here for a conference, you're not going to be down in that area. But we are going to go straight across and down the escalators to check out the other restaurants and amenities here. Coming out of the back of the lobby and going down these escalators to kind of ground level in the back. And this is where you can really start to see the beauty of these resorts as you come and you see the huge fountains in the back where the dolphin and the shells are spilling out water everywhere. And we will get out there in just a second. But first, we are going to check out the amenities inside down here. Inside, you had Todd English's Blue Zoo, which is a seafood restaurant. And I have not eaten here, but it looks amazing. And I'm just waiting for the right date night for me and my wife to come check this out. So back behind this large, beautiful fountain was the exit door between Blue Zoo and the fountain. And if you come out there and around this fountain is a walkway to the boat transportation, which there's one leaving now. And it will take you to Hollywood Studios and EPCOT. It will also make stops at the Boardwalk and the Yacht Club, which also services the Beach Club. So if you had reservations or wanted to go over there and check it out, you could take one of the boats. This side, we have first up the fountain, which is basically like an old soda shop kind of setup and menu. But one thing they have here, which if you know the kitchen sink at Disney's Beach Resort, this is like the big brother. This is the Fountain Frenzy. It is $55, but it is 14 scoops of ice cream. Select up to 7 different flavors of your choice, 2 sauces, 3 toppings, whipped cream, cherries, served in a bucket. So 14 scoops. That is a crazy amount of ice cream. But you know what? I would take one for the team. I would try it. I really would. And that is the to-go section of the fountain. Here's the sitting section and the little countertop there at the bar. You need to wait to be seated. And they have like a little bakery in there also. And they serve hamburgers and salads. Down, we get Rosa Mexicano, which is the Mexican restaurant that opens up at 5 here. And they have a more authentic type Mexican affair. Hey, how are you? Now, down this hallway is where we'll get to the fitness area and the, I guess, entrance slash exit, whatever you'd like to call it, to the pools. And the arcade down this hallway. It almost feels like you're somewhere you shouldn't be. Like the decor kind of disappears. You almost feel like you're in a basement, but you're really on ground level. As you can see here, because of the way the terrain slopes down. But here is where you come into the arcade. It is your typical kind of resort arcade, except it has these little mini bowling lanes, which I've seen before at Great Wolf Lodges, but I think it's the only place I've really seen it. And I'll show you what that kind of looks like. And then you can win tickets, of course, to win prizes and things of that nature. But there's the little lanes, and they're cute with the miniature pins and the miniature balls. So we'll get back out of here because it is ridiculously loud. And check out the fitness center. We finally made it to the end of that hallway, and this is where you have your gym slash fitness center. It's got treadmills, bikes, ellipticals, things like that you would see at a typical resort or hotel gym. And then out these doors is where you get to the pool. All the amenities between the Swan and the Dolphin are shareable. They're sister resorts. So, you know, they have a lap pool over here and a pool bar. And then in the Swan, you know, we saw their lap pool and pool bar. And then they share the grotto pool, the main pool, the waterfalls, and the water slide. So I'll turn this around and show you their lap pool, and then we'll get into the shared amenities of the grotto pool and the beach and the spa and the playground. And we'll wrap this tour up. Out the back door here, you can go ahead and see their cabana pool bar, their smaller lap pool here. They do Swan boats, and then you have this beautiful beach and the playground on the beach, and then that runs right into the Swan over there. But let's go check out the bar, and then we'll head back to the shared grotto pool. So the cabana bar, and I guess you would call it a grill almost here, you can walk up to the bar and get drinks to go, but if you want to be seated, you can see the hostess up front, and they have salads, hamburgers, chicken sandwiches. Oh, they had some blackened fish tacos, so a lot of good stuff, kind of lighter fare for out by the pool. And then here starts the shared amenities of the grotto. So you have this kind of lounging pool here that is separate from the larger pool. And then in the back corner of it, you have a little kid's splash pad kind of pool. On all the chairs, you have a tag letting you know what chair you're in and a QR code to mobile order. So you can mobile order food and get it delivered right to your chair. How cool is that? This is the main beautiful grotto pool. It's got all the rock work, the waterfalls, it's got the water slide that comes out there, more waterfalls and bridges, and the pools go under both bridges here into more kind of secluded areas. But this is a beautiful pool, sprawled out and much larger than you think. Behind it, we get to their beach. And this is a very large beach. Has tons of chairs that overlook the resorts. You can rent paddle boats here, shaped like swans, of course. And then on the other side is where the playground is. This is more of the grotto pool under one of the bridges. And in the back, they have a hot tub secluded between those two waterfalls up against the rocks. Like I said, all in all, just a beautiful setup. And of course, they have a variety, well, not very many cabanas, but they have a few cabanas that surround this pool. And as we continue down this way, we'll get to more side of the Swan. This is further down the beach. All those Adirondack chairs would be looking at where the movie screen would be. They would set it up here in this grass area, and you would sit on the beach for your movies under the stars. And here's the very end of the beach, where we finally make it to the playground. And then that leads us right back over to the Swan's amenities, which we saw in their video. And I'll try to put a link here so you're able to go back and check out their stuff. Thank you for joining us today on this tour of the Dolphin. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like what we're doing here, we'd love it if you'd like and subscribe to the channel. Helps us out a lot, helps us grow, and we'd be grateful for that. And if you stayed here at the Dolphin or are planning on, hit us up in the comments below and let us know what you thought. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.